Alright, what we're going to do is create our heat vision now. First we're going to do the flaming up of the eyes, basically the heating up of the eyes, and then we'll get into the heat vision part. So this will be cut up into a couple tutorials, I believe. And I'll try to I have to go through it as quick as I can, because you're only allowed a certain amount on YouTube. So, alright, so hopefully you'll be able to pick this up. Alright, basically I have the footage, and I tracked his eyes and applied his eye tracking. I did the rotation and position, I tracked it and applied it to a null object. So that's what the null object's it's sitting there, and it's basically following his head, basically. So track both eyes if you can. Something on his head, basically his eyes made a good point because he had the two white dots in there. So one on this one on that one. That tracks your position and rotation and creates a null. Okay, so we're all set there. Now we just got to go ahead and duplicate the main our layer here, our footage. Let's go ahead and draw out some math. Let's turn off the null first. We're just going to draw some circles around his eyes. Grab the shape tool, rectangle tool. I want the ellipse tool. Get a little closer. And try to do this. Might be a little bit rough, but you're gonna get the idea of how to do it. I'm not going for quality here. I'm just going for the idea. So don't look at it and go, "Oh my God, he missed that spot," because I don't want to get too into detail because we're just not gonna have enough time. Okay, so duplicate this, and we'll make this one the size of here. Okay, now I'm going to I'll pause this and make the other eye. To just do the same thing. Alright, before I go and create the other one, let's go ahead and feather these masks out so we can just basically copy these, paste them, and then move them over. Alright, so all you got to do is make the first mask and add, the second one subtract. So basically you drew the big one and then you drew the small one. Now let's turn off our mask so we can see how it's going to look. Just the view of it. Alright, I put this layer, the top layer, in add blend so we can see it, see what the changes is going to be. So let's work on the first one, first mask. We'll just change the feather a little bit. Basically, you're just going to work the feathering to where it's going to fit, his eye good. That kind of looks pretty good. You may have to expand or, expand a little bit. Come out, maybe go a little negative on it and then feather it out even more. It's just going to depend on what you're looking for. You go with the circle. I like the ring around the eye. It just looks kind of cooler and spookier looking or something. I don't know. It just looks better for the part. I definitely like the ring around the eye. That's what I was going for. That's what I was going in. But you can just simply feather it out and then do that. Alright, let's do the other one. I believe 2 pixels on the feathering for this one will work. And then it gives you your soft look there. Alright. So that's basically it. Let me go do the other eye. I'm just going to copy and paste these and then move them over where they need to be. Alright, now, basically I just duplicated each mask and moved them in their right position. Over on this eye, just did the same exact thing, just made sure they were set up correctly. So now, all we have to do is take it and parent that layer to the null. And then if we do that, you'll see the eyes will follow his head at that certain point in time that we want the tracking to work. Okay, so that's that part now. What else? Oh, we can also. Oh, let's just hold off on that part since this is. We'll just keyframe. I was just going to go ahead and keyframe the eyes coming in. Change its opacity, because you can just go like that and change its opacity to where they come in just at the right time. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pause that and just make the keyframes just keyframe it 0 and then keyframe it to 100 wherever you want the eyes to start. Alright, so all I did was basically created a 3 keyframes. One where I wanted it to come in at 0, and then I wanted it to go all the way up just really quick to 100, and then back down to a 75, which is going to be the average where I want it. So it's, just to give it that flare up and then back down to normal. Alright, so that's that part. Now we can go ahead and, let's see, pretty much close that. And we're just going to go ahead and add a glow to that layer now. So click glow. And we're going to work on the alpha channel, just because it winds up looking better. And we're going to switch A and B colors, glow colors to A and B colors. We're going to switch our colors to like an orange, maybe a little bit more, and then a red, just to where it kind of shows up good. Now we're going to turn the glow radius to say 1 for now, and the glow intensity to 1. And then let's go ahead and play with our threshold until we get the look we're going for here. Maybe even turn up the glow radius, maybe to leave it at 3 for now. Try playing with that. There we go. The threshold. We're just trying to get like a smooth colory change here. And now what we're going for, we're going to change the color phase over time. So if you want to see if it's going to look good over time, you just go ahead and change your color phase. Just move your color phase to see how it's going to look. And if it doesn't look good, you're going to find some like hard spots in it. So what I'll do is zoom in onto one eye here, and you'll see that kind of doesn't look very good there. So got to fix that a little bit. Maybe add a little bit more glow. You just got to basically play with your settings until you get the look that's going to be for you. Let's go with a 2 on so it's just, there's no one way of doing this part. You just got to play with it until it looks right. So I'm going to pause it and set it up for the way I like it. Okay, so basically I wind up with a glow threshold of 93.7, glow radius of 5, glow intensity of 0.9, and tweaked my colors, the way I wanted them. You'll just have to go in and play with your little colors and see which looks good. Basically a bright yellow and a bright red I wound up with. And that's pretty much it there. So, and I also changed the layer to lighten. You can do add if you want a little bit more brightness to it, but lighten usually works better because it helps to bring in some of the eye behind it, the original eye. Okay, so now we got to add keyframes to our color phase. So go back to the first frame in the comp, 0, all the way at the beginning. And let's reset our color phase. Right click on it, reset. We're going to click a keyframe here, the stopwatch, to make a keyframe. Now we're going to go ahead 30 frames. And we'll change it to 1. Hit enter. Alright, now Alt and double click, or Alt and click on the stopwatch, and we're going to add an expression, which is a loop out, continue. It's a continuance expression. This way, his eyes will loop constantly throughout the scene. So you'll see we'll get a little closer so you can see throughout the scene they're going to loop the color phase. So it just gives it that, look like, it's constantly looping. Now just remember, obviously, you're going to get, that's a little bit off on the mask in there, but I can't go